I believe if we step out of the box, close it, and throw it into the dung heap, we could do even better. Let's join the wide and inviting world of exploration and innovation. As the much hackneyed phrase goes, and forgive me for falling in line now, as I admit that the only thing constant about change is change itself, and we should not fear but embrace it. After realizing with some surprise and disappointment that the school's exit results were the same general rate as entry average, I accepted it as a mandate for me to work with staff and supportive partners to change that profile. I believed that teachers worked hard and that the children wanted to perform, but the results did not reflect this. The concern was compounded by the fact that our CHC entries were also much too low, a fact also identified by Ms. Goodrich, who acted in my absence when I was on maternity leave. Fewer than 3 subjects per student, which did not project a positive profile and did not show much faith in the children of this school. 3 simple actions, in my view, informed the improvement. The hosting of a concentrated virtual Easter Academy that gave children an opportunity to have intense review and revision on the eve of the examination. That may seem minor, but the pass rate for the children who attended the academy stood at 68.7%, which was 16 percentage points higher than the overall average. That's not minor, that's significant. Resistance and withdrawal that surrounded the organization of this year's event shocked and totally disappointed me. Students, I'm not saying I'm leaving. At this time, however, I wish to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to our supportive sponsors, all of whom are publicly recognized in your booklet, except the Barbadian Cricket Association, who at last minute from a request came on board in a positive way. I also give thanks to the members of the committee for their dedication and focus as we seek to affirm the good work of students and staff. I also extend full thanks to the Board of Management for seeing the importance of this event and providing the funds within the school's budget for it to be hosted. This annual event comes at a time when, for one reason or the other, this school, or more specifically, this principal, is being dragged into the public's eye. Trust me, I've been taken there kicking and screaming. There are few things I hate more, contrary to the popularly held views. We hear tags such as conflict, confrontation, and leadership style being described. When I hear them, I think of the simple Mexican proverb that proclaimed, "They tried to bury me, but they just didn't know that I am a seed." I will not be distracted, and I will not be deterred from doing the best for these children, this staff, and the proud legacy of this school. I've been taught from early that leaders sometimes have to sit alone on the tree branch. With that understanding, good leaders do all within their power to make the tree as strong as it possibly can be. That has been my focus, and I will allow you this evening to be my ultimate judge in the areas such as academics, culture, sports, service, student and staff affirmation, student leadership, staff training, and professional challenges. Dean Maynard for his junior Calypso Monarch performance. Amber Barrow for her successful entry into the entertainment industry with a debut music video which has hit the rounds and shown on social network. Ashanya Bellamy for taking New York by storm in her exhilarating performances. I was in the audience and you cannot begin to believe how she took it by storm. Mylon Clark for his attachment to Berkeley School of Music, and Akila Monerville for her initiative in coordinating and producing her original play. It will be here next weekend. Buy your money, come support Akila. Pay your money, she said. You can buy the money too. That's the spirit that I have tried to engender here, and I will continue to try to engender here. Onward, ever upward, Parkinson. Anyone who knows me knows that sports, even more so than culture, has been a part of my heart and soul. On that note, I want to publicly, for the first time, thank our featured speaker, the Honorable Mia Motley, for leaving the airport that evening so many years ago and asking her father to bring her to Dover Convention Center just so she could put a vote at the BCA elections for Jeff Broomes. Thanks, ma'am. I have never forgotten, and be sure I won that election. During the past year, we have observed with much satisfaction the successes of many members of the Parkinson family in the various sporting disciplines. As we build on these successes, we have encouraged our physical education teachers to enter our children all age group competitions in the area of cricket, football, netball, and track and field. These have brought varying degrees of success. Last year, I commended Mr. Mike Cummins and his footballers who were runners-up in the under-14 competition. This was the first time that they got to the final since 2005. This group came back this year to win the age group division. At each turn this past year during school and vacation time, these children can be seen hard at practice, seeking to develop their skill set. I commend to Sean Boyce for his selection to the Barbadian Under-17 cricket team, as well as to the Academic Center of Excellence. With the support of teammates like Javon LaRose and Kadeem Maynard, he continues to make us proud. Although I'm upset we didn't probably lost the game to Garrison this week. I commend Deidre Dean Mason for her record-breaking performances at National Stadium, as well as her selection to the National Junior Athletic Squad. High praise is given to Mr. Lennox Ellis for his hard work in the area of athletics. To help not only Deidre and others, inclusive of Darian Bowen, Tia Lewis, and the exciting young crop I see practicing every day. Of course, my high point during the year was reached when I sat at the netball stadium and saw Parkinson defeat Alexandra. Officially announced the launching of the Jeff Broomes Parkinson Student Support Fund. This will begin in 2015, where I will commit to an annual injection of $5,000 to be of assistance to the students of this school. Maybe I just broke the family bank, but I will also work with the guidance counselor, the school's administration, and supportive friends, parents, and all scholars to host different events to augment the dollar value of this fund. My life has always been guided by the weakest link principle. And I believe that when we help those most in need, we strengthen the entire body, be it school or country. I remember my first term at university in New York, where when the cold weather came in, I had no bedspread, no comforter, and only a half of a blanket after my mother had cut off the shredding edges. This forced me at times to choose between covering my shoulders and my toes. I was one of the weakest links, and to this day, I believe that the blanket I got for that Christmas is one of the most impactful gifts I have ever received. I love my profession, and I just love these children here at Parkinson Memorial. And I'm prepared to share what little I have to ensure that they avoid being forced into having to make such choices. This is my leadership style. It is ethics-based, and it defines who and what I am. Whether you're a student or an adult, you like when you work hard and successfully to be recognized for your efforts. Hence, student affirmation has also informed my strategic focus as principal of the school. This has been tactically implemented not only by the cumulative prize-giving function that we have here this afternoon, but also in termly acknowledgements. We have introduced the Royal Parkinson Circle of Excellence, the school's virtual honor roll that recognizes academic excellence by way of special certificates that are presented at full assembly in front of the entire student body. Those students who earn such recognition in each of the terms are then rewarded with the principal's badge of recognition. I see this as a motivational tool that seems to be working here. At this time, I wish to give mention to the excellent work of Ms. Shernell Gill, a member of staff, in ensuring the success of this initiative. Like in all other schools in this country, we value and promote the notion of student leadership. Our prefect body, the virtual extension of staff authority, continues to function well here at school. This, I acknowledge in no small measure, is a result of the excellent work of Ms. Joan Harding and Ms. Patrice Marshall in supervising and organizing training and exposure opportunities for these student leaders. I give my full commendation to those two colleagues of mine. I have also pushed and prodded two young, energetic, and highly professional colleagues to institutionalize the student council here at the school to serve as an extended voice of the students. I am pleased to say that Mr. Justin Brown and Ms. Deborah Harding-Hoy have accepted the challenge, and we now have a functioning council. I continue to praise the hard work of these two individuals. Additionally, and in collaboration with the guidance counselor, all efforts have been made to access every national or external leaders conference or training opportunity. I strongly believe that the only way to teach persons responsibility is to give them responsibility. And I see it working here at Parkinson. I have worked with many very good head prefects over the years at different schools, and also good student council leaders. But I have never, in my 39 plus years, never had a quartet that have been as good as the 4 student leaders we have here at Parkinson School. Tamara head girl, Tevin head boy, Rashad deputy head girl, Antonio deputy head boy. I will say there are only 2 people in the entire world that do not know that Rashan is my daughter. Her mother and my wife. They're the only 2 that don't know. And that's why when Rashan comes to my office, Miss Dawn never stops. But she knows she's going into my microwave, that no matter what I have for lunch, she must have her portion first. And if it's lasagna, none is left for me. Although I am strong in my position that schools are primarily about students who are the reasons why we have jobs, teaching cannot begin without teachers, who are also crucial to the definition of school. During the year, we have been impacted by the loss of more than 150 years of experience. But we have also welcomed some bright, energetic, and enthusiastic colleagues. In this time frame, retirement has taken away Mrs. Barbara Brown, Head of General Studies, Mr. Vincent Broomes, Head of Maths, Ms. Angela Beckles, Head of English, Ms. Merlene Barrow, Head of Spanish, Mrs. Joan Hart-Hope, Head of Home Economics, and Mr. Hilary Pilgrim, Science Teacher. Additionally, Mr. Ken Lane, Head of Industrial Arts, has moved on via promotion to the Darrell Jordan Secondary, and both Mr. and Mrs. Rudder have resigned from the staff. While such experience by definition would negatively impact any school, we welcome Ms. Marshall, Ms. Hart, Ms. Julian, Ms. Branch, Mr. Springer, Ms. Mon, Mr. Ellis, and Ms. Green, all of whom have started a journey here with the attitudes that have impressed me. I wish them all the very best and pledge my assistance and support wherever and whenever possible.